Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, The Life of Nina. Today's Friday, December the 21st. Can you believe it? Today's lady that we're doing our study on is Diana. I shouldn't really say today's lady. I should just say Diana, and you'll find out in a minute why. Her story's found in Acts chapter 19, verse 27. And I'll read from the Bible first. So that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worshipeth. Okay, let's get down and see what this journal has to say. We are doing the study from Top 100 Women of the Bible. I know a few of you have been wanting to get them. I hope you've been able to find them online or somewhere. Okay, let's see what the journal has to say. Diana, also known as Artemis of the Ephesians, isn't, strictly speaking, a woman. She was a pagan fertility goddess who got the Apostle Paul and his disciples into a lot of trouble. When Paul's ministry to Asia took off, Ephesian craftsman Demetrius, the silversmith, saw his nice little business of creating Diana idols going down the drain. So he called a guild meeting and got the backing of his fellow silversmiths to take action. If they didn't act, the magnificent temple of Diana would suffer, the silversmith warned. Today that temple is known as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. In Demetrius's day, thousands of pilgrims flooded Ephesus to worship there, but he knew they wouldn't if the pilgrims became Christians. So Demetrius and his co-workers started a riot. Only the intervention of the city clerk saved Paul and his men, and Paul wisely moved on to the Macedonia. Diana led a lot of people into idolatry and away from the gospel, but her magnificence and her following only lasted a short time. After all, no one worships her today. Are you putting your faith in something that won't last long, or in the God who created the universe and will never fail you? Don't follow a Diana when you can draw close to the eternal Lord. So she was just a pagan fertility goddess. It's sometimes hard for me to believe how people can get caught up in things. They follow people like the Jim Jones of the world and the Waco incident, and to those of us that have our own strong wills and our own strong minds, it's very confusing how people can get caught up in those things, but they do. They get people down at a vulnerable state, and they offer them things that they can never give. And just like a goddess, there's no power in a graven image of any sort. And but people get caught up in those things. There's lots of different religions in this world, and when I worked, I ran into a lot of people from all over the world, and I discussed with as many as I possibly could their beliefs. And all I can say is that I serve a living God, and in Him I put my trust and faith. I wanted to share something with you. I know a lot of people don't watch my the Bible studies, and matter of fact, I always have someone that gives me a thumbs down on them, and I don't take anything like that personal. It's okay with me if that's how they feel, but it's on every one of mine I get one thumbs down, so I'm assuming it's the same person that is coming back, and I kind of think I have an idea of who it could be, but shame on you. it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother my channel at all. But it's sort of like you're thumbing down God. And if you feel that way, then please don't watch my channel. I don't need you here. I am not all about numbers. It's nice to have numbers creeping up into the 200s, and it's nice for that. But I don't get anything for this, and I won't for a very, very long time. I'm just here to share God's goodness. So I guess to the person that is doing that, you're not hurting me at all. Yeah, you got my attention. But through that attention, all I can do is pray that you'll find the true and real God, and find salvation and the love that he has to offer. So I'll leave everybody with that. I'm still under the weather. I'm feeling a lot better. I thank you guys for your thoughts and your prayers, and but I'm still, I'm still battling it, I guess. I had a court hearing that I had been waiting, let's see, a long time. 3 years, a little over 3 years. It's according, if you count from when I first started this journey of trying to get disability. And that would have been in 2000, excuse me, that would have been in 2015. So I waited, all this time, especially the last 3 years. I haven't worked, haven't been able to work. When I got let go of my job, that was it. And so I had known, I think 3 months or 6 months, and I can't remember when I got that letter from them stating when the hearing would be, but I've been anxiously waiting for that day, and it was, it came and went, and it had been canceled the night before. The judge's secretary called and told us that it had been canceled. He was really sick, and I said, I understand, because I've been sick, and I know how that is, but it's so disheartening to know that, I've waited 3 years at least on seeing him and giving my testimony to have it canceled, the day before. But it's okay. I've waited this long. What's a few more months, God knows our needs, and he has always supplied them. I used to be the breadwinner, believe it or not. And I went from making a little over $20 an hour to making nothing. But before that happened, God had kind of laid it on our hearts to get things in line, get bills paid, and get, that's when I bought my canner and got things that to make the food last longer, the food saver, and, all that type of stuff. So I kind of had a feeling that something was going to happen. I'm so glad that I obeyed, and we were both getting things in order, in other words, so that now the times wouldn't be as hard. We don't have a lot of the things that we want, but, after all this time, it's like I have, my husband went through that sickness when he had to have the transplant. And I learned so many years ago that it's not about stuff. It's not about things. It's about being with loved ones. It's about having your needs met. And God has always supplied our needs, always. Like I said, we've been able to get bills paid off. I was able, before we let our son live in the house over a few roads over, I was able to get a new washer and dryer and all that stuff with my severance pay that they had given me. So, some people say, how can you be positive when all that has happened? Well, how can I not? How can I not? To me, God has been good to me. And I was disheartened. And I shed a few tears when I got that call, because I was bummed. You get prepared, and then all of a sudden you're deflated. It's like, oh, another time to wait. And we don't have any idea when that will be. But what are you going to do? You can be angry and grumpy and grouchy, whatever, or you can just say, that's life. just got to go on one day at a time. And I have people that I can share feelings with, and that helps. My sisters, they're both just wonderful to me, and they get me. They're my people, and I can just let them know, and they know without me saying a word that I'm having a bad day or whatever. So I choose to be full of joy. I try. I made that decision years ago, and I had been fighting depression for so long, and I decided, I'm going to choose joy. Not saying that I never get depressed anymore. It's a thorn in my side that I have to bear. But from deciding that long ago, I can tell a difference in me. I don't have that anger that I would have if something like that would have happened years ago. I would have been so upset. But I wasn't. It's just a peace that came over me, and I'm like, what can I do about it? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It'll be all right, and I'm doing absolutely fine. No worries. We don't have any needs at all. God supplies them all. And Mom's going to get ready in January. She's going to Florida, and I'm so happy for her. It's going to be really, really good for her. And I think it will be okay for us too. I'm going to miss her a lot, but it'd be good to be just me and my husband again, and of course the dog Willow. But all right, everybody, I know I share a little bit because this is my life, the life of Nina, and I just wanted you guys to be, I'm still weepy, just aware of what's going on in my life. And if I had mentioned, I can't remember, I think, yeah, I had mentioned in the past about my disability hearing. So I thought I owed that to you guys to let you know that it was canceled. It'll be soon, I think. My birthday's in February, and I'm hoping that I'll have the hearing before my birthday. And if I don't, I don't. I'll be 55 on my birthday, and if you look at it that way, at 55, my chances just go up of being approved. So maybe that has a lot to do with why it's been canceled. I don't know. All right, everybody. I'm feeling okay. I sound a little rough, and it comes and goes, and it's, but I'm feeling a lot better. So don't worry about me. And I've just been staying in a lot, which doesn't bother me. I'm a homebody. So, all right, everyone. You see, we'll have, one more before Christmas, and maybe I'll skip around, and maybe we'll do on Mary, Mother Mary. Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's see here real quick. Let's see. It's a lot of pages. Finally, goodness gracious. Let's do that. If anybody has bought the book, it's page 165. But if you guys want to look up, of course, a lot of us, hopefully we know about Mary, the mother of Jesus. But her story is in Luke, first chapter of Luke, if you want to. And I think that's what we'll do. I'll put a bookmarker there. And next week, that's what we'll do. We'll study and give her her due reward. Hey, I just found this picture flipping through my Bible. Let me share this with you. This is where I came from. The picture that I'm going to show you is my grandma, my grandpa, my dad when he was a little tiny boy. This is my dad. Look at that scowl. And then this is my uncle, Clayton, which he is the oldest. There was 2 more boys after this picture was done. Grandma, I think, was pregnant with my Uncle Marion, and then she had Goebel, or maybe it's reversed. Maybe, yeah, Marion was the youngest. But anyway, in real life, they had passed away in order of birth, reversed. My Uncle Marion from heart failure, my Uncle Goebel from heart failure, my daddy 2 years ago from heart failure, and the oldest is my Uncle Clayton, and he's in a nursing home and is having heart problems. But Grandma and Grandpa both died of heart problems. That's why I went and had mine checked. But mine, everything's looking good. But if you can look, this was their good clothes. And that's where they lived. Grandma made all of her stuff. And you know, they might have been poor, but I guarantee you that every one of their needs was met. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm a little melancholy today. All right, God bless you all. See you next week. Bye-bye.